minimum data necessary to operate it. That is how it is being made. Therefore, you have no excuse of not hearing this gospel, because what we preach here is gospel. Moreover, you can also download TuneIn Radio, Simple Radio, through all these places. When you browse, you search for Radio Biafra London, and you'll be listening. Also, if you have internet connectivity, like on your smartphone, and you go to social media, just type in Google how do I listen to Radio Biafra London, and you will have multiple choices. You can go on to listen to our voice via Radio Biafra House Service, IPOB Rapid Media, Biafra Television, Biafra TV, IPOB Rapture Media. I've said it. The Biafra Digest and multiple others. I say myriad of others. Just ask your computer and you will have multiple results. Therefore, we continue. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was renditioned with the total planification and the backing of Britain, whose passport he is using. Britain is a country of hypocrisy where they will come and lecture the whole world about obedience to the rule of law, rights of human being, blah, 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 blah. But their citizen is being held with their total blessing and backing. We must continue until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released. He must be released unconditionally. It doesn't matter a movement, worldwide movement. It's above one individual. For your information, I say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, can I say the best thing or the worst thing he has done, anyhow you want to take it, to gather Biafrans all over the world. Ma ndị ogbu arọba, ma mbumanfo, ma think tanks, both lions, hyenas, both Mwama ma Mojo, gather us under a family. People that have seen different things in life, that has passed through different things in life, not a zoo, local zoo members. No, people that are some passed through the shadow of death and survived. Now, this man, out of his hard work, he gathered everybody under one family. You think that this struggle will just under a wish of maybe one thing or the other planification or just everything will be sabotaged? It's impossible. I say it is practically impossible. I am telling you honestly. We must continue upholding this struggle until our goal, which is the restoration of Biafra, which is referendum, is attained. We will never stop. Therefore, both Kanu family using it to deceive people, that sentiment, in order to, because that is, the problem our people have is sentiment, reaction through sentiment, instead of reacting through reasonability, through critical thinking, weighing up checks and balances before reaction. They react through sentiment. What they are doing exactly, our Onyendu's family, Kanu and Co. What they are doing. This struggle will never see corruption. It doesn't matter the way they come. We are watching, we are 100 steps ahead of them. I am telling you. What matters to them is money, 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 money. They believe that it is a business. Any slightest thing, secure the money, secure the finance. Go and scavenge for money from politicians, from here and there. This is a struggle that people has died. People have died and continue dying. So no person, no individual can hijack this struggle for his own private interest. Instead, I go Biafra. I am telling you honestly. Because people are rising up. For your information, people are asking questions. People are reasoning. It is no more business as usual. That is why before you do something, before you talk on public, before you do something on public, you have to make your researches, get your facts in order. Because people will ask questions. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have raised. Remember somebody that rightly said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just a puppy. He saw a puppy being followed by jackals, wild beasts, very dangerous, 10-horned, double-headed beasts. Do you think that is a lie? What is behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more than him. I am telling you. What is behind this movement is more than anybody. So we must continue in what we are doing, because what we are doing is for our collective interest. We will never allow self-interest to dominate collective interest. It doesn't happen. It can never happen. That is why we must protect this struggle with the last drop of our blood. That is, I na therefore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. It doesn't matter if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu use diplomacy, sign all, man. It doesn't matter. We are watching everything. We are watching. Because you cannot go and bring somebody that ban the Masob, ban the Biafra, agitation as a justice minister. Now he become a son in order to defend the freedom. The same, the leader of somebody, a leader of freedom fighting, to raise that flag you banned before. That is one thing I held against many of our people that call themselves autopilot, that are following somebody that is a stuck. You know, when he was a Igbo chairman in his place, in the country where he is, he detests talking of Biafra to the extent that, you know, when anytime he banned anything Biafra flag coming to meeting, whether you be wear Biafra cap or anything, all of a sudden he become a, you know, a purveyor, a grabber, opportunist to lead the Biafra. The same thing he was, and you know, that is why we must continue on religion. Many people that believe, you know what people are defending? What of Saul? Saul was killing Christians after he turned and you know, this belief system is what we have to kill, because it's making people not to reason. When you look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it has antecedents. It didn't just come start one. It has antecedents. If he was a staunch member of Masob, a hardcore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I'm telling you, a hardcore. Yes, he was fighting. We saw his video all the time when he was fighting for Nigeria. When he was, because everything, he wants purity. He wants success. That is number one. He was following in demonstration against Boko Haram. Now all of it, he now understood that, look, these people are using Boko Haram to do something, and there is no way we can be together. Because you saw that this Boko Haram issue, it is not something ordinary. There is something going on inside. Now, when Masob came out, he joined Masob. He joined Masob. From there, he started going as a loyal hardcore to Wazirike, until he started detecting lies, deception from the leadership of Masob, from Wazirike in particular. Started detecting lies, deceiving our people. You know, he was not comfortable. He tried to correct it internally. And what I'm telling you is what they call antecedents. Before you join somebody or before you believe on some, you have to look at his antecedents. That is how things work. But religion made our people, many of our people, to believe foolishly. After all, is belief very easy. Now believe, the same way an armed robber will be killing people after destroying people's lives, rendering children orphans, destroying people's livelihoods, robbing them. He will now come when he is tired. He don't know, he don't want to face justice. Now he will come out and meet a pastor that you say, I have repented. Oh, I killed. Oh, I destroyed the lives, but now I have repented. I accepted Jesus as my own personal. Hey, everybody shout hallelujah. That is stupidity. Have you? Let me ask you. Where do you hear all this type of so-called testimony? If not only in Nigeria, in particular, or Africa in general, but I never had it in any other place, even in Africa, any other African country. Only in Nigeria. Somebody will come. I was an armed robber. I killed the people. I slaughtered. I robbed the people of their belonging. Even sometimes, many times, he killed them. But now I have repented and I met Jesus Christ. And I say, shout hallelujah. Today now I have repented. And everybody will clap and case closed. That is that mentality they came. That somebody will just repent and he will go free. No, with impunity. That is why we will continue exposing this thing they brought to us. After all, the origin, the people that we are that we are accepted by the missionaries. We being used in the original time. We are criminals in our land. People that we are sent to exile in our land. People that committed atrocities that that's supposed to be punished. Now they run to the missionaries. Missionaries accepted them and say, now, just accept. You accept Jesus Christ. They say, yes, or you do catechism, do nyegi penance. And here you are changed. How easy. How easy. That is why the mentality people are using to follow this guy, this boy. I am telling you. No, now he have repented. Don't you see? They will give you a quote for you. Don't you see Saul? Saul, he was Saul. He was killing Christians. But under one day, he changed and go to other country and testify that you have repented. You were killing. That you will you will suffer for you will be arrested and made to face the full wrath of law of the country. Because it's very easy. It's very easy. Somebody will come. In Nigeria, is it not the INEC, let INEC chairman? When he knew, maybe they have told him that he has some weeks or months to live. He came out, he said, I'm a good Muslim now. I've repented. I am tired of being labeled a criminal as a Nigerian anywhere you travel to. So we rig election. I followed to rig elections. He started confessing. And people were clapping, oh, he's a repented man. He's a good man now. Very easy. That is in a country of lower animals. No law. Once you kill, you come. That's why how politicians with this. That's why they deceive everybody. Every Nigerian. Oh, now you come. You will wear white and go to church. I say, hi, this man not good. Hey. But he's a killer. Do you see? So, we are not part of this. We look at your antecedents. You understand? Anything you do, you must face the punishment. They measure the punishment. No impunity in Biafra land. Do you understand me? So we must continue. Today, I want to just to discuss on issues at hand. You understand? I want to just talk about issues at hand. That is it. You know, we have to face the reality. Now, I want to just discuss on something very common, what we are doing, self-determination. That is what I want to discuss on. Just, now, I want to ask this question. Where is Igbo presidency 2023? Because this question. Where is Igbo presidency 2023? Have you forgotten that they use this Igbo politicians use Igbo presidency in order to destroy our people, to massacre our people, destroy our properties, slaughter us everywhere in Biafra land? That, oh, IPOB, we are the people obstructing, we want to obstruct their chance of being president. First in history in Nigeria. So we should not. And the leadership of IPOB thought it wise that we should allow these people, because there is something they want to do. They want to create, confusion, enmity between us, so that we'll be fighting each other. When people were coming, hey, no election, oh, no election, the IPOB leadership, they kept quiet. Hey, Mazi, why don't the leadership come and talk? Give us all that no election. Election, I got to hold here. I could remember one of our brothers, talking. I used to tell him, Mazi, don't say that. You are not giving order. Mazi Okechukwu Ezikoa. I say no, because the leadership of this struggle is taking a holistic view, not only a myopic view of issues. No, we saw people that they want to no election here. No, they are playing what they are ordered to play to bring confusion, so that our people, when they rig them, they will turn around and say, no, the fault is IPOB. The leadership of this struggle, the DOS, they saw this far, far, far. From far, they have seen everything. What they want to do, they kept quiet. The IPOB remained neutral and gave order, if you want to go to vote, it's your right, you go and vote. And people, Britain added to the whole matter, the whole ecstasy, by endorsing P2B. But Igbo people being politically backwards. What do I say? Remark my word. I used to say we people, we are primitive. Some people want to argue, and I welcome your view, but I stand on what I'm saying. We are primitive in thinking. We are politically backwards. You understand? We can do things, yes. We are endowed with natural talents. That is only everybody. But the politics of organization is what we are lacking. We lack it. That is why I say we are politically backwards. You know why I say, like in the 2023 election that passed, Ohanes and Igbo have been blowing, fuming, blowing their horns. That no, some of them in the so-called Igbo leaders. No, if this time around we are not allocated to as a president, the presidency of Nigeria 2023, that we join IPOB. That we know that we are no more wanted in Nigeria. No type of threat. I never watching. During the primaries, even Nyanwodo went to praise Nwike for killing us, slaughtering us, IPOB. He declared war on IPOB, slaughtering, massacring, harvesting organs of innocent Biafrans in Obibo. Obibo massacre. Have we forgotten? Because they told him, Ndibo robots, once they are being whined. This string, is this string or robot? Not a once you whine it or not, anything. Wike was told that you have to be a president, or vice president of Tambuwal. Hey, but you are not Nigerian enough. You need to show, because we suspect you are supporting IPOB secretly. He said, me? They say, that's what people are saying, You have to show Nigerians that you have to show that you love Nigeria, that you are not supporting IPOB. He said, okay, you watch and see. He started, turned against IPOB, turned against Ndibo, in order to showcase that, he's one Nigerianist. After slaughtering our people, the Ohanese Ndibo, led by the then Ohanese Ndibo, led by Nyanwodo, went to congratulate him. They visited him, and openly they were singing for him. I am giving you the back, the history. In case you have forgotten, I'm doing flashback a bit. Nyanwodo went and praised the Wike for slaughtering our people. Because maybe Wike, they have given him, they have confirmed to him that, look, if I become the vice president, you'll be a minister. So they went there. They don't care for the lives of our people that we are massacred, people that we are, children that we are turned into orphans, people's life that we are devastated forever, families that have been closed down by slaughtering them. They don't care. What matters to them is that position. The same way what Aisha Buhari was crying when his husband died newly. He came on public radio and television. He came in the public and started shouting. He said, where are the men in Nigeria? They have few people have taken over, have hijacked the government of his husband, of her husband. That he was thinking that they will come in order to behave like men and resist. Tell people the truth and resist. Instead, they started coming in the night, licking the shoes of those cabals that have hijacked Asorok. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? You know, fluoride is playing a very big role in your lives. And the indomie that you are eating, it makes you become vegetable. You don't reason. That is why, you know, the Nigerian Ministry, kudos to them, the Nigerian Ministry of Health have said it, that what you are eating as indomie is pure poison. Poison. Complete poison. That is why cancers everywhere. Cancer everywhere. Liver problem, kidney problem, problems that we didn't have before. You are here returning on. That is why I used to put that audio during my preamble. So, after everything, now the primary party came. They positioned themselves. Nyesomuike, Rocha Sokorocha, former governor of Ebonyi State. All of them, Ndeguru. None of them got nowhere. No Igbo, the main political parties in Nigeria, PDP and APC, no Igbo man came up. That was the first. That is where I say Igbo people are politically backwards. It was there that they should have say we are boycotting. We are joining. I'm not talking about the main election. Oh, Chinek, and there. I don't blame Mazi when he praised people that are men, that can stand up like men. The Igbo politicians, Igbos in general are backwards in politics. When you know that without you can never go anywhere. Either if you are not in APC or PDP, once you are shunned, once you are sidelined in these two major political parties in Nigeria, don't make noise. I am telling you. But Igbos, you know, the selfishness of Igbo people, some of these politicians are thinking. Instead of them to galvanize that time, that primary, and say, look, no Igbo man with the promises of killing our people, with the promises, everything, no Igbo man was allowed neither in APC or PDP. Britain cornered them. They cornered because they always have a willing tools. Britain cornered P2B, cornered him because they know how to corner Igbo people, because they are politically backwards. Let me tell you, if it is a Yoruba, for example, that are in the space of Igbo in this case, and they didn't get in the primary, they are not entering any other secondary political party. They will start making noise, making threats, and say we boycott this election. They will beg them. They will start pursuing them, begging them, say, okay, may on no vex, come and take. Many Igbo people, this one disagree, another one will agree. Thousands will agree, saying now to fill the gap. People that think that they know something, but they don't know that they are backwards politically, primitive in thinking. That primary election, that should have been the time they should have made the noise, pulling out of everywhere. Say we are no more in APC, no PDP, no PPC, nothing. All we are now backing IPOB. They start making noise worldwide. Before God and man, if they did it, they will call them. They will call the meeting and say, look, okay, this one, Igbo man APC, Igbo man PDP, they will do what they did to Yorubas. I am telling you honestly. But who wants to live his primitive interest? I mean, primitive selfish interest in order to come and fight a united fight? No, they don't want it to. Everybody now I now suffer. Everybody is trying to find his own way. Mana, all those ways are eluding all of us. No collectivity. If not for IPOB. They corner the P2B. Britain boy immediately come to down and say, Britain call me, oh. Hey, in my primitive mindset. Britain come, let me go down and say, before you never got down and say, I see him and no. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will give you the support you need. Okay? Now, resign from PDP, go to LP. We have contacted the chairman of LP. He will give you the chance to be the leader, to be a presidential candidate there. Okay? You'll be on that platform now. Trust us. We are British people. We are British. We are Britain. We created Nigeria. We will support you. We put you there. Only you defend the interest. He said, I will do everything. Don't worry. Don't worry. Immediately he came down, he came out, he took photo. You know, Igbo man now with the brain. Wow, clever. Hell, Chineke. Mazi Ben Okafor say we should not mock. Yes, I agree with him totally. But we have seen it. Until the last, they let them try. No more. Supreme Court has done it. So there is no more, nothing again to wait for. Do you see it? So, Peter Obi came. Britain stirred up their agents everywhere, all over Nigeria. And they started making noise. Hey, Peter Obi, hey. We started warning them. If IPOB, they say, oh boy, make on leave this IPOB. This is a movement now. A movement, national movement, not only for Igbo, not only for South, everywhere. We say, okay, we they come. No, but we they don't. Where are they? Where are the obedience? Where are the obedience? You know, there are these illusions. If you are wearing, what do they call this, a game? You are wearing, watching this game, playing it. What do they call it? You know, you'll be thinking that it's real. Any type of gaming, you see some things, maybe birds or dinosaurs coming. Even you can piss your pants thinking it's real. But the only thing, once you remove that goggle, you see that you were under illusion. You come back to reality. Now, we are the reality, IPOB. We were watching them making noise. Hey, now, everywhere. Where are they today? Many people use them, all these useless bloggers. They use them to cash out. Today, many of them are doing hookup, online hookup. Where are the obedience? I should ask. I started by asking, where is Igbo presidency 2023? What about it? What happened? Now, after everything, people saw clearly what happened. That Peter Obi won. But they said they can never. Britain, as the election campaign was going on, Peter Obi has a direct communication with the 10 Downing Street. Anytime he called them, they pick phone. They can call him anytime, no problem. Now, you see how we are moving? I'll say, I am seeing it, or I am seeing it. I'm trying to imitate his voice. Because they came to destroy us. So we will not, we don't hesitate in order to tell them the truth. You understand? I am seeing it. It's we are happy, thinking that I am a mother. After the election, they switch off their phone. If Peter Obi call, he made the voicemail. Voice message. Now the number you are calling is currently out of service. He became stranded. Where are the people that the whole population of obedience? Where are they? You know, see again. No, let us go through. Nigeria has a court, I mean, legal system that can do something. Okay, they have gone. The first court, appeal court, no way. No, let us wait till the last Supreme Court, the apex court. Yesterday, 26th, they delivered a judgment that Tinubu is still the president. So go to hell. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. Now, what is next? You know, is it not yet the complete confirmation that Nigeria is never created for human advancement? Where is Igbo presidency 2023? As the Nigerian Supreme Court has finally laid to rest all the shenanigans as expected, is it not yet the complete confirmation that Nigeria is never created for human advancement? Is it not time for all and sundry to rally around IPOB in this quest for self-determination? That is why today I am talking about self-determination. We continue asking. You know, I kept quiet in order to find out, you know, because our people are believers. Believers in miracle. Maybe on the 26th, everything can still, there is a possibility. We believe it. So, okay, let us not discourage them. Continue in your belief. Let me tell you, this generation of Biafrans, we are no more believers. We are realists. You understand? What is next? We are no more believers because believers are always disappointed. But you can believe nonsense. You can be faced with reality, but that belief goggle or scale will cover your eyes. You say, anyway, no, I don't want to believe that this thing can. No, I know I'm a believer. I believe. Let me tell you, IPOB, we are not believers. Do you understand me? We walk towards the goal. We are realists. We are facing the reality as it is. Not believe in nonsense. Believe you go to heaven. Who tell you that? Believe you when you die, when you die, you go hell or you go to heaven. Who know? How do you know? Before you came into this world, where do you know where you were? How do you know? When you were even a child, a baby, born that day, one day, till your brain start coming, do you know when you were a child? If not after maybe some used to know something from 5 or 4, 5, 6 years. Before that, for when you were here, do you know where you were? Do you know whether you were existing? If you were killed, you will not even feel it. So why do we keep on deceiving ourselves or allow ourselves to be deceived? Say it's belief. You have seen belief. Oh, now what next? That is the question. Is it not time for all and sundry to rally around the IPOB in this quest for self-determination? Because that is what we are in. Self-determination. That is what I'm talking about. Self-determination. We have committed no crime. Self-determination is never a crime. The International Charter on Self-Determination states that peoples, based on respect for the principle of equal rights and fair equality of opportunity, have the right to freely choose their sovereignty and international political status with no interference. We as a people, once we are a people, not an individual, because we are a people. A people is a nation. Do you understand? We have the right to choose the way we are governed, to have a common consent, how we govern ourselves, not the imposition from others or from foreigners. No. That is having equal rights, being fairly treated, fair equality of opportunity, which we don't have in Nigeria. Which we don't have in Nigeria. Somebody told me that going from Lagos to East through public transport, he spent 24 hours. Because in Benin, you don't have to continue. The road is so bad before they kill you. So people stop and wait. If it's dark, we are being chased back into Stone Age. Are our politicians, our people talking about it? No. What matters to them is the opium given to them in the name of religion. Going to meet the week service, going to night vigil, going to fasting, this and that. They don't face the reality that is facing us. That is why we are engaged in physical self-determination. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That is why I'm talking about what we are doing, self-determination. They push us in Eastern region. They are pushing us into Stone Age. They quietly dismantled the railway lines in our land, which was even fixed by the Europeans, by Dr. Michael Okpara, with our own hard-earned money. Igbo politicians, they are not talking about it. It is not making news anywhere in Nigeria. And they are asking us, why are we, agitating? They ask foolish questions. Why do we agitate? From Lagos, that is normally, if you have a trunk A road with maybe, or even a metro, Lagos to Onitsha can, highest, it takes you 2 hours. Highest. Or less than. People will be in Onitsha, going to work in Lagos. In the evening, they come back. If it is a country. But gradually, they are pushing east, south, let me call southeast. Remember, when I call south, it is southeast. It includes, there is nothing like south-south. I am including all because that is what it is. Southeastern part. You understand? They are gradually pushing us into Stone Age. In many of our roads, everything, erosion is, cutting roads everywhere in Southeast. And it is not making waves. Because all these politicians, people are running now, living in Abuja, living in Lagos, thinking that is the solution. Hey, learn from what happened to the Jews, the Israelis you are seeing today. They have to fight in order to get a small portion of their land. Because of vacuum, they left a vacuum. They were running away. They were all chased away. They thought that is the solution. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I am talking about self-determination because we are not treated equally. No fair equality of opportunity in Nigeria with us. The Nigeria government borrowed, is it $27.2 billion with the collateral which they give from Biafra land. And they openly told us, the government of Buhari, say it openly that Southeast have no portion in this money, in the railway line. Instead, the one we have, they came and dismantled it quietly. And nothing happened. Because every Igbo politician is running for his own private business, his own private selfish interest, his own position. As Dave Omahi now, he's a minister of works. He is gallivanting. He's okay with it. Nyesom Wike is a minister of FCT, Federal Capital Territory. He's okay. That for them, the whole Igbo people could be wiped off. That is not their problem because they have arrived there. You see this mentality. It is a killer mentality. It is the type of mentality that is used that allows a race to be wiped off the map. Selfishness. I am telling you. Primitive selfishness, I should say. Not ordinary selfishness. Primitive one. What is happening in our land, it doesn't, it's of nobody's concern. After all, they have their mansions in Abuja. They have in Lagos. They have in other places. Things are happening to us and our people are bearing it quietly. If it's not only IPOB that is shouting, all the time shouting, bearing the burden of everybody in our head. Why should it be so? It is time for everybody. You now understand that Nigeria is not for you. Do not only shout and complain and do nothing. It makes you an animal. When you complain, you do nothing. IPOB, we are doing something. We are creating awareness and doing something about it. You need to join. You need to rally around this struggle. Even if you don't want to join physically, openly, you have to be supporting a secret supporter. It's part of it. Because not everybody should be IPOB. There are people that big businessmen, wealthy people, you can be contributing something secretly because of my business. That is how it should be. But many of them are useless. Are you seeing? Where is Igbo presidency 2023? It is time for you to join hands together in any way you can to support IPOB in this self-determination which I'm talking about. Self-determination, as I said, is a cardinal principle in modern international law. Is a cardinal principle in modern international law. In the 16th century, a Spanish professor of law at the University of Salamanca wrote, remember, University of Salamanca is one of the oldest universities in the whole world. It's in Spain. And do you know who established them? Who established the university? Black people. The Moors. Because Iberian Peninsula was under conquest, under the control of the black people, the Moors, from 8th to 16th century, for your information. So they built this university so that when you are talking of, what did our ancestors, they even bring us education. Because you are totally ignorant. You are naive. You are a product of the propaganda of the colonial masters. This is not the time to pity ourselves. We go deep in studies in order to make researches and find out things. The University of Salamanca, which they are quoting somebody, a product now. He said this, that school was established, built when Europeans don't care about education. Africans started educating them, for your information. Do you understand me? I used to marvel when you go to some etymology of issues, they will tell you, quote Greece, according they borrowed the word from Greece. English, he borrowed it from Greece. And now I say, but these people, do they think that we are foolish? Or we remain foolish? Do they think that we continue, we are forever fools? Why do they stop at Greece? They will say, they owe the Latin word. Now Latin word borrowed from Greece. Why not continue? Where did the Greece borrow? They don't talk. Where did the Greece borrow? Learn from. They stop in Greece because they know Greece is part of Europe. Although some Europeans, let me tell you, some Europeans some useless European that never travel. I've met a British lady on inside flight. I asked him, have you been to Africa before? He said, yes. Where? He said, Greece. I laugh. I said, oh, so you are taking Greece as Africa. So some Europeans don't even, they are looking at Greece as Africa. You understand? But it's not true. So Why do they stop? Why do they stop at Greece? Whenever you go to etymology of some words, they will say they say from Latin. Latin word. Sometimes they will refer to Arab. They will make reference to Arabic. Do you know why they at least touch Arabic? Because they are whites like them. Are you understanding me? Now, everything they go, they stop and Greece. They come from the Greece word, this and that. Greece exhibition, this and that. Now you ask, where then is the Greece the originators of the world? Why don't they continue to say where Greece dig their own from? Because they know that Greece learned from the Kemite kingdom. The Kemite empire. That is black people. But it will be, they are letting themselves, for them, they are letting themselves down and opening our eyes in order to tell people that, to write that Greece borrowed this thing or borrowed this technology or word from the Kemite or Egypt. They don't go there. Do you see how smart they structured everything? Oh, everything is for our own mental caging. So that you come out to you start praising Greece. Nah, where did the democracy start from? They say it start from Greece. Greece herself. Where did the Aristotle, where did they learn all these things? From black people. When Africa was in charge of conquered part of India, do you know that India was called part of Africa? Part of Kingdom of Africa. Do you know that at one time? Go and study about River Ganges. When I tell you about study, there is deep research. It's not just Google. There are Google that are misleading for your information. There are things that are misleading even in the Google. Are you understanding me? Go and Google the Fulani population in Nigeria today. They will tell you 6.5%. A few years back, it was 2.5 before 2015. 2.5. They exaggerated it 2.5. Within 8 years, it jumped into 6.5. Is it not Google? There are deeper books and this thing researches you'll be making. Now it will start proving to you all other googling this and that you are seeing that are rubbish. You understand me? Okay, we must continue. So, as I was saying, remember I'm talking about self-determination, what we are into. In the 16th century, a Spanish professor of law at the University of Salamanca wrote, all nations have the right to govern themselves and can accept the political regime it wants, even if it is not the best. Do you see? 16th century, that became the basis during the Enlightenment. You understand? For America to be formed, to determine themselves, say, no, we are moving away from the old Europe, from the old world, because they called it old world, that is Europe, to this new world. That was why American war was deemed a revolution, doing something new, something that is anti the status quo. When you study about the French Revolution, they went into some, the French people revolted against the situation they found, what they have been brainwashed into believing, the situation they have been in, what their parents born them into, everything they started asking questions. Say, no, that is a revolution, and that is the wind of what is blowing in our brains, in Biafra land, in Africa, and you should be part of it. That is why Biafra restoration is a revolution. Do you understand? It is a revolution. Asking questions. Do you know that? Do you know? Somebody. Listen to what I'm saying. Before, we thought that once you touch Bible, I'm just giving you an example. Once you touch Bible bonnet, you cannot last. You cannot last a few days. That was the fear. All these things they imbibe in us. Now, but today, I could remember somebody burnt the Bible. on social media. You understand? Now I went through the comment section. Somebody said, look, that he has done his own. I never burned my Bible. I have a Bible. I cannot call it my Bible. I have never burned a Bible because Bible does not belong to me. You understand? Because it's part of just like the same way I cannot burn Macbeth, Shakespeare, even if it's fiction, Gulliver's Travel, or any other book. Quran, I have Quran. I also read the book of Hindu. You understand? So you compare knowledges you learn from every one of them. So that's not what I'm just giving an example. Now somebody say he did his own few months ago, because what prompted him to do that is somebody first he watched somebody burn the Bible, or he say he was a staunch, had the call Christian, those that they are on a cake. Somebody burned the Bible and he watched it. The first time he saw it, he said he himself was afraid. Him that is watching the thing, he said he was afraid. Now he said, no, this one is gone. He concluded, he said he typed to the person, say, bye-bye, you are gone, finish. And as you are dying immediately, you are going to hell. But after 1 month, the person is still alive and kicking, talking strong. He said, oh boy, this thing, oh, it be like say this thing where they tell us say you this and that, no be true. He go do his own, oh, and he's alive. So what am I trying to say? Revolution, this revolution I am talking about is about, questioning the teachings, the situation they put us into. You said no. Europeans did it. Americans did it. That is why they are progressing, because they advanced. It worked. And they called it a revolution of, is it 1775, 18th century, when America fought Britain. And they said, no, we are severing tie with the old world. That this empire, imperialism, no way. We are not going to continue in that method. And the European, Britain said, look at these people. You people are joking. Let us see how you will succeed now. Today, they experimented a new thing. I don't know whether people understand what I'm saying. Something that they thought out. The type of government they thought out, they experimented on it, that everybody is equal. But in all the Europe, everybody was not equal. Was not born equal. People were born with silver spoons, some with gold spoons. People were born to as kings and queens, as princes. That they cannot even, they are not accountable to any law. In old Europe, America said they look at all these things because of enlightenment, which they cut from even the same Europe. They said no, we cannot continue operating in this type of system. We have to experiment on a new system which we learn. That is human being, and that is human advancement. And they fought very hard for their independence, and they have it. And their independence was based on every human being is born equal and should be given equal opportunity, so that there will be no impediment on anybody. So that if you fail, know that don't blame anybody. You blame yourself, that I failed because of myself. Not in Europe, whereby a prince will be born and everything will be at his disposal, whereas the peasants are suffering. Do you see the difference? That is what this man wrote. All nations have the right to govern themselves and can accept the political regime it wants, even if it is not the best. He put that phrase, he said, even if it is not the best, because how can you define the best? At whose standard? Who gives you the right to define the best? For them, it could be the best. It is the best for them. That is how they want it. That is why you see in Arab countries today, in the Middle East, they govern themselves through their system and they are progressing. Are you understanding me? You see a place called the United Arab Emirates. It's an emirate. It's an emirate, which means it's ruled by emirs. But it's working for them. And you want to go to Dubai. They modelize it their own way, their own system. It is good for them. You don't have any right to castigate them. So no, it's not the best. Who are you? Are you not the human being that come into this world like them? How dare you castigate them? That is what we should understand. China have their own system. Why should you castigate that? No, their own system is bad. Who's the standard? Who set the standard? Are you God? Are you the supreme being to set a standard? That is the confusion in this world, because there are some people, mostly the West is trying to subjugate everybody under them to be in their system, so that they will be teaching you as they are doing to Nigeria all the time. Look at the past 2023 election. Anyway, it's a democracy, though it's not perfect. It's little by little. Obi is a boy always, and we continue being in a quagmire, in a mess, because we are being imposed a government that is very strange to us. You understand? And that is to the advantage of the West, of Britain, America, France, all of them. It's to the advantage. We continue doing as if we are learning. They continue imposing us, oh, learn, it's good. Do okay. There must be fault, because it is not our thing. It is not our system. They will come as they are doing, they are stealing, they are looting. They are Bigot came and paid in advance the organs of Nigerians, and they didn't make any no noise. It didn't make any noise, create any noise. Nigerians swallowed it. No matter the revelation of people, of somebody that we played here on Radio Biafra and on social media everywhere, Nigerians pretended as if nothing happened. Wow, you know, normal Nigerian reply back home in life to issues. You know, see in Nigeria now, wow, waiting person go do. Bigger don't buy our organs now. Wow. Make we pray for God. After all, he will go church. His pastor will give him fake hope. Don't worry, no weapon that is fashioned against us that will prosper. You know, weapon that is fashioned against you that will prosper, as long as you are coming in this place. So you use that place to be your protector. That is fake hope. Tomorrow you'll be slaughtered. You'll be kidnapped and your organs harvested. Now another person will go and thank his Jesus, because it's not him. It's another person. So he didn't touch him. Oh, as people die in accidents because of bad road. But for him, his Jesus saved him. Because of the sticker of a man of God. And you know, this is the highest form of stupidity. Instead of trying to push to solve the problem for everybody. Everybody is selfish. Praying for his own grace. Praying for his own success. Praying, let God protect him and his family only. Others will be sorry. It doesn't matter. As long as my own God, I have my personal encounter. He dealt with me. So my personal encounter, I am wealthy now because of my personal encounter. These are the heights of selfishness. But you blame only Igbo politicians. You don't know that you are selfish. They put you in a religion that made you promote your selfishness. He promotes it. You don't know? Instead of fighting for community interest, let us know. Let everybody have this thing. Anything that touches one person touches you, touch everybody. No. Remember, I'm talking about self-determination. As I said, all nations have the right to govern themselves and can accept the political regime it wants, even if it is not the best. Now, remember that a nation is defined as a large body of people united by common descent, history, culture, or language, inhabiting a particular country or territory. We are a nation, Biafran nation. We are a nation. You understand? Some can call it Igbo nation. You are not. It's not bad. It's not. It's not lie, because all of us are being bound under Igbo originate. I mean, our roots is Igbo. Whether it's Joe, whether it's Igbo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made this teaching several times. It's Igbo. As time goes on, languages started, being corrupted through foreign influence or any type of influence. It's natural. Do you understand me? So we are a nation. Let me tell you, do you know Arab nationalism? Arab nationalism, it started even of recent. When they started having said no, we need to fight for ourselves. That is, they self-determine themselves that Arab as a people should be a people united by their language and culture. A nation is always united under culture, language, tradition, all these things. Do you understand? That is why we are always clamoring to going back to our root. This should be the bedrock of our unity. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know. A nation can never be united under an imposed ideology. It is impossible. Is completely impossible, because that who impose you, the imposer of that ideology or religion, as you might call it, if you go where it is not to the imposer's interest, he will tilt you, he will beat you a bit for you to come for his interest. If you are driving a horse or riding a horse, you have a rope. If you want to turn right, there is a way you tilt the rope. The horse will understand that my oga at my back wants me to go right. The same way left. That is the way. The same way. Those, if you think that you are more Catholic than Pope, you say, oh, unity. It's impossible for people to unite under foreign imposition, foreign ideology, foreign religion. It is absolutely impossible, because there are many interests. Even the case study in the case of Christianity, because Christianity has many branches. Openly, England have their own version of Christianity, for your information, and they have their branch in Nigeria, in our land, in Biafra land. Italy have their own version of Christianity. In what? In Biafra land. Other countries have their different versions of Christianity in our land. Now, if Italy is having some rows with France, France is Catholic right from time. Don't you think that it will be affecting us through the religions, their own different versions of religion? Don't you think so? The same way, if for example, Italy is having problem, Rome is having a kind of problem, diplomatic or one type of problem or the other with England, it will be affecting us receiving end, because they are holding us with rope. This one holding, this one holding. So now that quarrel between the two countries, it will be reflecting in our houses. You are Catholic. Me, I am Anglican. So the quarrels between the two countries now, two of us, because we still have our placenta on them, we will be quarreling it. It doesn't matter how, but they will be given secret orders. Do you understand? There will be power tussle between Catholic and Anglican in our land. There will be always a power tussle. As Mazi said the other time, that when Hope Uzodinma was with the Supreme Court put him there, that lawyer come out, hey, the Reverend, is he Reverend Father? Oh, that this is the first time. Oh, he's very happy that a Catholic is there in Douglas House. Do you see it? He is not fighting for the person that merits it, no, but for his own group to be there. Do you see what we are talking? That there is no way foreign ideology can unite us, or we can be united under foreign ideology. That is why we always go back to our roots. It is only our roots. We are nobody. No foreigner has any type of control on it, because it's our thing. Oh, here you go. We do it as we want. It is we that we are going to do it well. You understand? If unity, we are always the unity we are looking for must come through our system. You understand? Not through foreign ideology. Because in foreign ideology, in foreign religion, you'll be calling your brother an unbeliever. That is the truth. Because you are going, your church is the Quakers. You are going church of Mormon. They don't believe in this, and your brother is doing that thing that is against your own faith as a group of that church of Mormon in our land. The Quakers in our land. Now you see an American that is thousands of kilometers across the Atlantic as your own brother, because it's the same group. Do you see the source of disunity? Even in self-determination. Because in self-determination, you self-determine through your own root, through what you have. You are fighting for yourself. We are fighting for our collective interests. That is what it means. Now, let me continue. As I define a nation is defined as a large body of people united by common descent, history, culture, or language, inhabiting a particular country or territory. That is us. We are a nation. We are being maltreated in Nigeria. We are being mistreated in Nigeria. We are being marginalized in Nigeria. They remove, no, I say from Lagos to East on the road, spend 24 hours, just like during the Stone Age, during 10th century, the same way. They have quietly, they are pushing us into before Common Era, BC. And we believe that going and living in Lagos is the answer, is the solution. Going and living in Abuja is a solution. Hey, we are making a horrible mistake. I am telling you honestly. We must fight this fight, oh. Otherwise, as Mazi said the other day, if we don't fight it, if we don't win it, our children will rise up and will be worse. They worse to fight the type of fight that will destroy them. That is what they will inherit. Had it been Biafra is free, our fathers that fought 1967 to 1970, had it been we are liberated, we wouldn't have been doing what we are doing. But look at us today, after 50 years, after 50-something years. All those people that we are unborn that time, is it not us that are fighting the same thing, shouting the same thing? Don't you see that? That let me tell you, you can never run away from it. Do you understand me? That is why self-determination is the key, and it's what we are doing. It's legal, it's legitimate. During and after the First World War, both Soviet Premier Vladimir Lenin and United States President Woodrow Wilson encouraged the principle of self-determination. So it was something that has been there. It has been there as seen as the solution to many problems in the world, self-determination. Allow people to determine themselves how they run their lives, not impose them. If you impose on them the government, like we are being imposed in Biafra land, a caliphate government that we didn't know. It's not our culture, it is not our way of life, it is not part of our value. That is the problem. There will be no progress, there will be no peace. Do you understand? So the then president of prime minister or premier of Soviet Union during the First World War, I'm talking, Vladimir Lenin, and his United States counterpart, President Woodrow Wilson, they encourage the principle of self-determination. You understand? To the extent that on 11th of February 1918, President Woodrow Wilson stated that national aspirations must be respected. People may now be dominated and governed only by their own consent. Are you understanding it? Because they saw that even during the First World War, that is the cause of the problem. Because people want to govern themselves. And the other people said, no, you must be under us. Now they saw the problem. They said, no. Is self-determination the key? Self-determination is not a mere phrase. It is an imperative principle of action. According to President Woodrow Wilson on the 11th of February 1918. Now, for you to understand that what we are doing is internationally legitimate. Even in the Nigerian constitution, it is legal. That is why no single IPOB member arraigned to Nigerian court has ever been convicted. What they used to keep our people there, indefinite, without judging them, awaiting trial. Because they know that if they interpret the law, they judge them according to the law, they will be released. Because we are doing self-determination is never a crime. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not a crime anywhere. During Second World War, the principle of self-determination was officially included in the Atlantic Charter, jointly declared on 14th August 1941 by Franklin D. Roosevelt, President of the United States, and Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, who pledged the 8 principal points of the Charter. It was recognized as an international legal right after it was explicitly listed as a right in the United Nations Charter. It is not a privilege. It is a right. Therefore, what we are doing is a right. Do you see why they are pushing us? Nigerian government is provoking us in order for us. They bring out criminalities in our land in order to label us that no, these people, they are not doing self-determination or that is approved under the United Nations Charter. These are criminals. These are terrorists that are terrorizing even their own people on Mondays. People that are going their legitimate work, they kill them. All these things, they video it in order they send it to international community to deviate the people, to deviate international community that look to blackmail IPOB that no, that IPOB is not on self-determination, that they are just a terrorist group terrorizing their people. Do you see that? Comparing us to ISIS, to Boko Haram, people that are just, they are killing people to believe what they believe. That is what they are doing. That is why, we tried everything we could in order to make sure that IPOB removed themselves, separated themselves from these criminals. Do you see the wisdom? Do you see the wisdom of the DOS? We continue reiterating, reminding you, because you are 10 minutes a human being. You forget very easily. When people are saying, sometimes so people will even call me privately. Biafra land the know you. Me gonna know they castigate others now. Leave them say no. Let them use their name, be doing so that we understand what the Nigerian government is doing. They continue telling them, push them, you be using IPOB's name. Use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name so that it will be sounding. So that whatever happens now, they will pin it on IPOB. Do you see what they are doing? Have you forgotten? Anything that happened, they will cover it. They will pin it to IPOB. But we are 100 steps ahead from them. Because Nigeria understands that self-determination is not a crime. And that is what IPOB is doing. That is the highest devastation to a country like Nigeria. Because they don't know how to handle it. What we are doing is legitimate. So we stick to it. They want us to continue, come to say, water, hey, oh yeah, everybody kill this. Now they will laugh and say, okay, America, do you see? There are people, IPOBians, contributing money in your country. These are terrorists. Look at them. Declare them terrorists internationally so that we crush them. That is what they want. But they are not seeing it. Ike we go ha. Ike we go ha. Do you see? Do you understand it? I'm talking about self-determination. It is a right. Self-determination was recognized as an international legal right after it was explicitly listed as a right in the UN Charter. Because people have the right in order to determine how they govern, how they are governed. No more colonization. America was doing it in order to pursue Europe from colonizing. But there is one thing I find out in this world. You will fight for injustice. I mean, fight for just or fight against injustice. And after they will recruit you, you become one of the perpetrators of those injustices. You understand? I'll give you an example. Normally America has been a country that has one of the countries or one of the main countries fighting for people's rights all over the world. But when Europe they go together, they became too much orga. Europeans open their eyes, say this thing you are fighting. You can also loot. You know, imperialism is sweet too. You lord it over people. You have a big army, large army. You have a political acumen. You have a support everywhere. You lord it over them. You colonize them. If they have a good natural resources, you steal from them. They become mugu. They don't know nothing. If they talk, you kill them. It is sweet, oh. America saw it and said, oh boy, now let me have part of the cake now. They started relenting on their fight for equal rights and justice all over the world. They became part of imperialism today. Do you see how the world is? You know, do you see how the world is? And that is why they are falling. You understand? It's they are falling. Because when Europe call them, you know, the old world, they know now. They know how to mellow you down. Now, this thing you are fighting, now, wow. Let us be in the same club. You know, anything that happened to you, happened to, or we come. Any person that touch you, he touch us. Any person that touch us, he touch us. You know, let us write agreement. And, you know, you will give us the force to be powerful. You did there, they say you want to fight for this.
our problem is our politicians, and more especially the Eastern region politicians. They are our problem. Because if this thing that happened to our brother Obi did not happen, they will not say, or we did not go and vote, just like as IPOB say. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying it always, that voting is our right. We should exercise our franchise and we should vote. Because if we are going into referendum is also vote. And now I understand really why Mazi is telling all these things to us. Because if now Mazi is inside there for us, and IPOB leaders or you people on the media, on the radio, and now tell us not to vote, they will hold it on our own side. They will say, that is IPOB that caused
the whole blame. Sahara newspaper, channels, television will be laughing. Putting the blame on IPOB. Say, man, I not cry here, beg, man, in the Igbo people, yeah, and I hate on ourselves. Now IPOB because I'm a man, you know. They don't know that IPOB is wise. Go on, Mazi.
So this thing happened, and you people and the leader of IPOB, the DOS, the Directorate of State, they are the people that they are men that see tomorrow. You people are men that see tomorrow. And I thank God for the sensitization that you people are giving to us. It's really getting to our head. Everybody is listening and hearing it. So it's good as this thing happened now. The Supreme Court have given their final judgment. Where are the obedience? All those why they are shouting obedient, that this will happen, this will happen. If they didn't give it to Obi, we are going to bomb Nigeria, that we are going to blow sky to come down. Now everybody is silent. And why Mazi have told us that they have swear over their dead body, Zoo leaders, not to allow Igbo man to claim this throne, the leadership of Nigerian government. And it's getting to our people one ear and it's going out from the other ear. And now, see what happened. The whole game has played. The 90 minutes is over. Even those that are spectators that watch the match, all of us, we are start going home in shame. So I don't know what is holding our people. Is that time our politicians, they will come together and join us and join IPB of this struggle that we are doing, this self-determination. This is the only way we are going to go out of this mess. Mazi, do you know, even in Lagos now, they start locking markets. They lock Ladipo, they free Ladipo. After maybe our people went to settle them with millions of naira. They now lock Alaba International, lock Fair. So they haven't opened it today. I don't know, maybe today they have started opening some or not. And they're still going around to lock more. Mazi, it's not a small thing that we are passing through. And it's that time our people have to stand up. Mazi, do you know the only thing that sweets my mind? There is only one man of God that is standing up to speak the truth. And that man of God is from Zion prayer movement, Zion movement worldwide. That is Evangelist Ebuka Anozuopi. Last week Sunday, he was having birthday. And his birthday celebration, the Southeast senators, some of the senators, some of the ministers, they came. Even the one from Owerri, the one from Enugu State, some from Anambra State, they came. Even Peter Obi sent delegates. He could not make it to be there. So what baffled me so much is that this man of God, some of the senators from the South, he said that, man of God, what are we going to do? We are here from the Eastern region or from the Imo State. The governor sent to us, what are we going to do for you? What do you need us to do for you? They are asking the man of God, what are we going to do for you in this, your birthday celebration? What do you want us to do for you? Do you know what the man of God answered them? The man of God took a mic and tell them the truth. He said, if he said the truth, you will die. If he didn't say the truth, you're also going to die. You always use that word. And he's the only man of God. He told them that I don't need anything from you. Go and tell your governors, the Southeast governors, I don't need anything from you people. No gift, no money, nothing. All I need is for you to gather yourself, the whole Southeast governors, the senators, the House of Representatives, then the Ohaneze Ndibo, the Igwe. All of you should gather yourself and go to Aso Rock and meet that man in Aso Rock. That is how he's passing the message. And go and tell him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of you should go and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you want peace to be in Biafra land. You cannot hold the man of the people, the heart of the people. If you want peace, go and release him. And that is what will make me happy. That is what I get birthday gift. That's exactly what he told them. That is the only man of God that is standing up now saying it. And he's taking his ministry back home. He stand up and he said that he's taking his ministry because his ministry is benefiting Lagos. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have other people that are calling. Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller on Signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Mazi, Professor Jonas, good evening.
Mazi, Michael. Welcome, Michael.
Yes.
Yes,
nice to hear your voice.
And you too.
It's always an awesome time on this hallowed platform. Well, I want to say two things, and one of them is a question. The first one is you talk something that about wisdom. So the thing that struck me, for us to understand something about wisdom, and it's like a food for thought. And that statement is, as I always say, intelligence is the creator. Wisdom is the way you act in the realm of intelligence. Wisdom is the way you act in the realm of intelligence. This statement, I believe, is a very deep statement.
Of course it is.
When you meditate in it. Wisdom is the way you act in the realm of intelligence. Why brilliancy simply shows your level of reflecting the light, which is intelligence. Now, these are one statement I want to make, which is like a food for thought. Then the next one is a question. And my question is, your topic or submission today is on self-determination. So I was now thinking, I said, because like over the social media, when we engage ourselves, there's this statement that referendum is not in the Nigerian constitution. So therefore, you cannot engage in in referendum per se, and which means there is no self-determination. So I would have loved you to throw more light, if possible, on that angle. And another one is, if that is true, doesn't it mean that the constitution or the system called Nigeria is a system that was created to put people under subjugation? And if it's true that people are put under subjugation, is that not terrorism? And if it is true that it's terrorism, is there no need for a call to clamp down on that act of terrorism? These are just the little statement or question I want to ask. Mazi, Professor Jonah, thank you. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama, continue to give you the strength to continue this great and massive work. Through the blood of our ancestors.
Mazi. Thank you very much. Let me just say just little thing before other callers, people are calling. You know, when you come to a country, more especially a so-called democracy. It is there. Nothing is static. A country is just like a movement, a moving train for the betterment of the people. That is why you have lawmakers, senators. If there is, as they are claiming, which is not true, as they are claiming, if there is nothing like a space for a referendum in the Nigerian constitution, because I'm not a lawyer, they have to put it. You know, the law is made for human being, not human being made for law. No. Law is made for living together for bettering people's lives. So when there is no such a thing, for example, I bet you 1961 is the same thing. There is no space for referendum, but they have to find a space in order to squeeze it, and there can be a presidential decree or edict. When there is a problem, things can, laws can be changed. Laws could be made in order to accommodate the present problem or the present issue. So all those things they are invoking, talking. It is lie. Self-determination is not a crime either. Just a simple example. No IPOB member has been convicted in the Nigerian court. So what does it tell you? That what we are doing is legitimate, is legal. It's only that Nigeria is intimidating us. When you don't know you are right, you can be intimidated. You understand? Even in Nigeria, for example, in Nigeria today, if policemen don't intimidate mostly lawyers anyhow. Once they carry car, your person, they say, they know that you're a lawyer. They will be polite because they want to act according to the law. But people they intimidate are people that are ignorant of the law. Do you understand? That is how it is. So when because our people don't understand that what we are doing is legal under international law, under even the Nigerian law. That's why they are intimidating. That's why let me tell you, some of these people, or most of them, the politicians you see, most of them, nothing is in their head. Only that they are in that they just rose up through one way or the other to that position. They don't know nothing. You understand? That is the thing. So that is why you see when people when our so-called political elites, they always engage on begging, appeasing, politics of appeasement, because they don't understand their right. If they understand their right, or the right of us or their people, they don't understand the right of their people in this issue. If they understand it, they will use it in order to be campaigning, pushing it, so that people will obtain that right. Do you understand? But ignorance is not an excuse anyway. That's why when you commit a crime, maybe you didn't know that it's a crime, you go to court, the judge will still punish. I mean, he will punish you. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's not an excuse, because you need to strive. Why is he punishing you? Why is the law punishing you? Even no matter that you are ignorant, because you're a human being. You're supposed to strive to understand, to know. That is how the law sees you. You are a human being that has brain. You're supposed to strive, be curious, ask questions, study to know. So when you don't know, you don't blame the law for being there. Do you understand? That is it. So what we are doing is legal. Self-determination, referendum is something, even if they didn't stipulate it, pump and plain, black and white in the Nigerian constitution, they must make provision for it. Because, as I said, law is made for human being, not a human being for law. You understand? Law is something written. It could be changed. It could be edited. It could be added something or something removed, just for the profit of the human being in it. Not being rigid. No, it's law. It's law. No, 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 no. When something is causing problem, now there will be law that should be made to back it up in order to resolve that problem. You understand? That is why they have a invocation of state of emergency. When a situation is so, there may be natural disaster or any other thing. They will declare a state of emergency in order to act, free right to act outside the protocol, legal protocols. Now the president or the government can act in order to save that situation. That is it. Caller on direct line, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Caller on direct line, are you there? Yes, please go on.
My name is Mazi. Biafra.
No, caller on direct line. Just trip off, but will come in. I'll bring you in. But before that, let me take these callers. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Master Jonathan.
There were Mazi Chuku.
My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm speaking from our location. Thank you once again. As always, I greet my leader and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many evil that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet him once again. Yes. Where is Igbo presidency? My address today is that this presidency go to the west, to Tinubu, because if this president by mistakenly come to the east, the problem we have as Igbo race will be so much. Because the damage that the Fulani have done in Nigeria, only God knows. If to say, for example, that P2B was given president in Nigeria, you will see what will happen to Igbo people. Take, for instance, what is happening in Nigeria today. How much was the fuel before Tinubu came up? How much was fuel today in Nigeria? How much was exchange before Tinubu came up? Then how much was the exchange today in Nigeria? Now tell me what Yoruba media we do or we say. Everything that Fulani have done in Nigeria will be loaded to Igbo race. And there's no way to deny it. Somebody called P2B his brother here now. But for my own side, anybody
who is Igbo man or woman that is for Nigeria is not my brother. Never. Even though if it was one mother and one father, one father. If you are a Nigerian by now as Igbo man, you are my enemy. People be supposed to understand that Nigeria is a graveyard for Igbo man and woman and for Igbo race all the way from 1945. I know that people be maybe be around 60 years, above 60 years. I know it's not up to 70 years. Some of us are above 70 years. We know when Nigeria started from 1960 to today. And you cannot make any mistake to say anything good about Nigeria. Because Nigeria, the foundation of Nigeria is to make sure that Igbo race was totally destroyed. And that is why they started to use criminal leaders like Nnamdi to destroy Igbo race. And they use religion to destroy Igbo race. Take for instance, in Nigeria today, army spokesman will be an Igbo man. And his assignment is to destroy Igbos. The SS spokesman will be an Igbo. And what he's doing is to destroy his people. The same thing go to police. The same thing go to all corners, even politicians. They go to channel TV just to destroy their people. Thinking that Fulani are foolish like them. Have you seen what happened? For one to say that it's a Nigerian, as an Igbo by this time of Nigeria. After 63 years, Nigeria cannot produce anything good except evil. Only Nigeria, people are killing, organ was harvesting, penis was harvested, 7,200 penis was shipped to China last year. And it was discovered by Chinese customs. What happened? If I will have all the whole time, what is made in Nigeria is evil. Anything evil is made in Nigeria. And somebody will come and say he's going to be a president like Peter Obi. Peter Obi go to the north to pray for the grave of Ahmadi Bello, disgracing himself to the mud in the name of being a president of Nigeria. How can Peter Obi change in Nigeria just to deceive himself that he wants to be a president? Any genuine Igbo man, if you don't see him president of Nigeria, he will throw it away and you urinate on it. Because to be a president of Nigeria is rendering yourself so low, because the whole world have seen Nigeria as a dead country. For someone to come to the world stage and say that he's a president of Nigeria is a disgrace, just like Tinubu today. Tinubu have disgraced himself and the Yoruba race. Tinubu is a criminal. Today is a president. The white people have decided to use criminals to rule Nigeria. All the whole senators and the governors in Nigeria are more or less criminals. And that is why Nigeria is where they are. And the white people are laughing Nigeria. Nigeria is a laughing stock to the whole world. Because they have no shame. They are useless upon useless.
No.
Upon useless. Upon useless. Thank you, Mas Jonathan. He has stressed.
No.
Our leader must be released. We are watching.
No,
thank you very much, and all hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. Thank you very much. Caller on direct line. Welcome to the program. I don't know what happened. I didn't know. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Let me see. Go on, please.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, the whole world is hearing you now. Go on.
Okay, now, like I was saying before it was interrupted, these are our brother that called us still commenting about Ebukobi using, I don't know, the same Ebukobi video that comment yesterday, I did this morning, is still campaigning for this our killer in Imo State, who opposed Odimba. Now, I want to ask my brother a question. Are you commending Ebukobi that he wants to use our precious leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
We are not talking about Ebukobi. Let it not be a topic now. This person call and reply.
Okay.
Just give your view.
Okay, sir.
And let us.
Okay. I'm just. Okay. What I'm trying to say that our people should not be too much sentimental when it comes to this religion of a thing. And another thing, our people, this thing that is always happening in Finland and all those things, all those Berima people, please, our people should not be too much sentimental and emotional. That you see a Igbo woman or Igbo man standing and talking about Biafra doesn't mean that that person is a diplomat or have anything to do with our struggle. So we need to just be more enlightened and reason and use our frontal lobe to reason that all glitters are not gold. So that is what I want to comment before the phone drops. Please, thank you, sir.
And you too. Thank you. Caller Signal, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi. My name is Mazi Fanye. Mazi Fanye, I'm calling from unknown location. Mazi, I thank our HODs. They are wise men. May God bless all of them. And also, I pray to our leader, Ahmadike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless him wherever he is. Mazi, let me check my own view. Don't mind where I'm calling from because I'm in the street. We are propagating the gospel of the kingdom of God on earth. But that, by the way, let me just view my own according to your topic this night. Our people, I don't know when our people will wake up. I don't know when our people before they will realize themselves and they wake up and join the call of freedom. And what if they can freedom? When you get to compare freedom. Now the Spring Court saga have come and gone. Our brother people Biafra, what is your faith? If you people do not join hands, let's fight for this freedom and be free once for all. The worst thing will happen to you people. You politicians, you Southeast politicians that always depends on Fulani, always doing boy for Fulani people to survive. The worst will befall upon you people if you people do not join and let's get out from this country. Because we are not needed. Then they don't need us in this country, and it's very, very clear. We are not needed. But I don't know. Sometimes our people always wait when they But when you Kitaka Gonugbo, the earlier is better. Kitaka Gonugbo. Let our people join hands. Let's get out from this zoo contraction called Nigeria. Because Nigeria is not a country. Because everything have come and go. Obedient, how far? I hope people have known that this country is a lawless jungle. Nigeria is a jungle and lawless country. With a place where you can never fight for your right and get it. That they will intimidate you. But I thank God because we IPOBs, we stand for the truth. And we stand in the gap to liberate and fight and liberate our people. And we must continue doing so. We are not going back, whether good or bad. We must continue doing so because as we can never go back until the total freedom is achieved. Mazi, thank you. Let me sign off from here. I don't want to waste much of your time. Thank you, Mazi. May God bless you.
And you too. Caller on direct line. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Dan. I'm calling from Okoja. Because of that article. Tomorrow. They are wasting their time. And then one time die hard. That's not time. I teach everything watching football. I cannot do really
Mazi, your voice is not coming out as it should. Are you using earpiece? You remove it, please.
No, I'm not using earpiece.
Okay, I don't know why. Go on, let's see. Go on.
Okay. When I Biafra petition, and only do dismantle and say something like Biafra, we get harm. What do? So what does it mean? The family these are complex creators. No to them.
Mazi, I don't know why your call is so intermittent and cloudy. You can call us back. I don't know why. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. I think you'll be the last caller. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mazi. Jonathan.
Mazi. Please go on.
Thank you very much, Continue. I greet you all, fellow good people of Biafra, people of goodwill. I remain your beloved brother, Mazi, calling from United Arab Emirates. Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, you are talking about referendum, whether it's in the zoo constitution or not. The law is made for human being and is subject to amendment at any moment. So if the zoo call Nigeria, they are white people, they should amend their law if the referendum is not inside. After all, they conduct referendum between Cameroon and Nigeria. That made that people to be in Nigeria. So they should make a space for it. Because they can see living together as a one country between Biafrans, Ududuwa, and the Ariwas, living together as a one country, it's not working. It's like oil and the water that cannot mix together. Nigeria is a cancer created by evil British. That is why they always impose evil people as a leader to the masses. You can see the suffering, the hell that everybody is going through in that evil contract of Nigeria. And the worst part of it is that these criminal religious leaders are working together with these criminal politicians. It's like these criminal religious leaders don't want good people to be the leader in that evil contraction of Nigeria. For example, when Goodluck Jonathan Syria, hell broke on, Tunde Bakari, Madam Baka and co, all of them come in protest, including Adeboye. They have protests here and there, that Goodluck Jonathan a bad government. And then when Buhari came in, everybody go in silence. When Goodluck Jonathan was in president, a bag of rice is 6,500. But when Buhari is in charge as the president of Nigeria, a bag of rice is for 5,000. And then none of them protest. And then the high rate of dollar is very high. None of them protest. Today again, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in charge. How much is the rate of dollar? A dollar is 1,300. And the none of them is speaking and saying anything against it. All these Tunde Bakari, Fadambaka, Adeboye, none of them is talking. That will tell you all that these people, these evil religious leaders and the evil politicians in Nigeria are together, working together to make sure that the masses suffer. So what I'm saying in essence tonight is that we Biafrans are going. We can no longer stay together with unholy marriage that is not working. No. It's better that we do it in peace. We are not begging, but we are suggesting to Nigeria that it's better that we do it in peace. So that we Biafra will go in peace. So that we can be a good neighbor. Because if we do it in a hard way, we will see ourselves forever and ever as an enemy. But if we do it in peace, we can be together as a neighboring country, do things together. But as for Nigeria, Nigeria is a hell to each and every one of us. And the Nigeria needs to be totally destroyed. So Mazi Jonathan Chinedi, we must do everything for them to make sure that we pull out of Nigeria. So it's the right time. Now all the obedience, as we have been telling them time immemorial, that there is no road in Nigeria. Our leader has clamored it. There is no road in Nigeria. That we Igbos are bound to be destroyed as a race. Let us join hands together and liberate ourselves. And they continue being obedient movement. Where is obedient movement in Nigeria today now? You have seen the end now. Where is Igbo president now? And you have seen the end now. And then nobody is going to talk about Igbo president again in Biafra land. What we need is total freedom. What we need is total freedom. Mazi Jonathan, continue your good work. Biafra is our destination. Thank you very much, my beloved brother.
There were Mazi. There were Dodrege. This is where I'm going to switch up the phones. As I said, tomorrow, as usual, there will be the program on religious discussions, facts and faith. That is what we are going to discuss about tomorrow. Therefore, be part of it. What we are doing is legal self-determination. You know, do not allow people to cajole you, to deceive you. You understand? The problem we are having is selfishness. Otherwise, if, for example, our politicians they are together in a bunch and start campaigning, as they lost the Igbo presidency 2023, even during the primaries, I said it. I am telling you, they will be begging them with even the Igbo presidency. They will be begging them. But as I said, our people are backwards politically, highly backwards. They believe that selling your brother, selling everybody's interests will advance him. And once he's advanced, I mean, progresses, he's okay. Not knowing that, as I used to say here, there will be no complete I, me, if there is no us. You know, like in this self-determination, what makes people to, you know, that unites people mostly is their culture. Mostly is their culture. That's it. Because foreign cultures, you know, divides people, as in our own case. Mostly Western culture, we call Christianity today. Do you understand? You know, Arab nationalism was formed through the gradual establishment of Arabic as the language, lingua franca, of communication, and with the advent of Islam as a religion and the culture in the region. Are you understanding me? These are the things that facilitates mostly culture to unite people together, to fight for a cause, to unitedly fight for one cause, self-determination. But when this person is saying A, the other one is calling himself his brother unbeliever, a Gentile. I don't know, you know, have you seen or noticed that any time I'm talking, this thing used to come out from my mouth? Because this is a word they use in, you know, obliterating, causing separations among us as families. I know what I'm saying. No, this person is an unbeliever. Oh, he cannot marry from me. I beg, live. These are the same words used by our colonizers, Europeans, to come and slaughter Africans, to slaughter American indigenous population, to kill. They label their hosts unbelievers, pagans, infidels. The same thing the Fulani are using. It's the same thing. So, my question remains, why on earth will you be calling your own brother an unbeliever, an infidel? You know, which means you have put him in a dustbin to kill. That is, it's nothing to you. It's nothing. It doesn't matter how you pretend. It is nothing. A time has come when we start challenging everything. If you understand. And although tomorrow I'm going to talk about it anyway, the time has come for us to even for litigation. You see those people that translated the Igbo Bible, calling Satan Ekwensu, that is demonizing one of our deity. We need to take them to court, even in British court, to pay for damages, because this is it doesn't represent a freedom of worship. You know, sometimes some things will be entering my head. I don't know. I am telling you, the time has come for us to be taking some actions that some people might see that it is irrational, but it is. These are basics. We are in a revolution, for Christ's sake. We're in a revolution. When they came, they pointed to us, you know, writing down one of our deities that is a bad demon. But today, when you talk about their own, now people will invoke, hey, leave everybody, is a freedom of worship. But they don't allow us that. We need to enter into litigation. I am looking for a day that, you know, somebody will rise up and say, okay, we take Britain to all the people that the translators of this Bible, the company, if, the printing press that did it, the translators, the translating companies, they are still existing. They are still collecting, I mean, receiving money from it. They are still receiving. Why do you demonize our own thing pinpointedly? Why? You have to pay. You have to answer question in courts. So we must continue what we are doing. As I said, we are now a people that are going towards one direction. Liberation. That is self-determination. Liberation. You know, Biafra restoration binds us together. And what is Biafra to us? It's our ideology. It's our tradition. It's everything to us. Our religion. Do you understand me? We must continue what we are doing, irrespective of anything. I encourage you may continue. If you fight to run away, you must come and fight. No person will do it for us. Nobody. All these countries study them. All these countries, developed countries, Western countries, even Japan, they fought for their liberation at one point in their life or the other. At one point or the other, they fought. Singapore today is progressing, together with Malaysia, as two different countries. Had it been they were together, they are still together, they wouldn't be talking about even progress or development. What they will be talking about is who will be the president. Is it Malaya or from a Singaporean tribe? You know, they will be tearing themselves apart, like what is happening in our land, in Nigeria. But they don't want to tell themselves the truth because they believe that, look, if they start organizing things as it should be in Nigeria, resetting issues, that they will lose out. The money, the billions they are stealing, they will not. I mean, even politicians in our land, Igbo politicians, Yoruba politicians, they will, instead, to fight for future generation, I beg, when it reaches that future generation, they will fight for themselves. That is the very primitive selfishness in Black Africa, in our people. I am telling you. Why discomfort yourself? Just leave everything for your future generation. And somebody like Asari, when you accept contracts, now I become worthy. He'll be showcasing his fleet of cars. But did you get what you are fighting for? The answer is no. That selfishness stops you. That is it. IPOB, we are not ready to engage in this type of selfishness. We continue. Mazi said, what I've been also reiterating, that this fight for self-determination, for the restoration of Biafra, we are not doing it that we might be the beneficiaries of it, direct beneficiaries. No. It is for generations coming that they will enjoy, that they will be enjoying and be blessing us as their ancestors. Do you understand? Americans that are enjoying America today, are they the originators of, or are they those that fought for America? The answer is no. Those that fought, many of them even died in poverty. You know, but they knew what they were doing. So that people in the generation coming will understand and enjoy and look back and thank them as their ancestors. That is what we are doing. That is why, if you are in this struggle for private selfishness or selfish interest, for personal aggrandizement and enrichment, know that you are not worthy to be here, please. But if you look yourself, check your soul, check your conscience, and see that you see yourself worthy, qualified, that you are hardcore. Shake yourself and call yourself a saint. Not the saint the Europeans are giving to people. You know, but you real saint. Thank you for listening. For the obedience, I appeal to you, if you are listening, for you to, you see, we told you, Emma Agwaramge, I told you, and oh, I could have told you. They are not the same thing. IPOB told you people that what you are doing is just making noise, infertility, and you allow the emotion to carry you. IPOB, we have lost our anything concerning sentiment and emotion. We are stone cold. We look at issues and judge them realistically as it is, not out of emotion, not because somebody come, hey, nah, wow. No. We have passed that stage. Where are you people? Where are you people? You are waiting for miracle, but miracle never come. It is for you to fight for your miracle. That is the reality of this world. Any person that is telling you, oh, miracle will come, no. If it is a difficulty, you must pass it in order to get what you want. Do you understand me? There is no shortcut. So it is high time for you to understand that Nigeria is a joke. There is Nigeria is infixable. It can never be fixed, even by an angel, any angel. It cannot. Because Nigeria is a business center for foreigners. That is the only thing. You see, Tinubu has opened borders for everything to come in, including toothpick. And the IMF, International Monetary Fund, applauds Nigerian government decision. That, yes, this is what you want, do it. We will lend you money. Is it to your advantage? The answer is no. To kill the little local industry, Abashu factory, textile that is going on in Nigeria. So they bring in cheap goods to close the factories, to push you into more churches and mosques to be praying for miracle. You don't know that those that are the witches and wizards you are seeing that are blocking your progress is the government in place, Nigeria, making bad policies, anti-people policies to the advantage of foreign governments that put them in power. That is it. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our ideology. If you have any other religion apart from Biafra, know that you have not started. From me, from here, it is simply good evening.
Biafra, ndị ngozi obodo bụ sọmma, obodo doro nsọ. The land of the rising sun is a home of food, of the Biafrans. The flag of the eastern land is a promised land, a blessed land of the Chupabiama. Ebe ka unu si Biafra, ebe ka unu si Biafra, Gaimara, Biafra, Kanebozo Kamiri, Agaimara, Biafra, Kanebozo Kamiri, Biafra, ebe ka unu si Biafra, Gaimara, Biafra, Kanebozo Kamiri, Agaimara, Biafra, Kanebozo Kamiri, Biafra,
from Alo province of Biafra land, and today is the 3rd day of September 2023. I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is a revolutionary radio instituted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, but he is in the Nigeria secret police dungeon, illegally detained, because he was illegally renditioned from Kenya with the tacit support of Britain, whose passport Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was holding, or is still holding, even at the point of rendition in Kenya, and sent illegally back to Nigeria, breaking international laws. Britain, Kenya, and Nigeria, they broke international laws. They didn't have any regard for the rule of law, for human rights. Britain is always trying to, shamefully champion Britain. They always tell us or give lectures on human rights and the maintenance of the rule of law. But Britain directly involved in renditioning one of our citizens, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right from a third country, Kenya, to Nigeria. Something they prevented in the 1982 or 83, when the then head of Nigerian state, late Buhari, also tried to kidnap Umaru Dikko, although albeit Umaru Dikko was a criminal. And he is never, or he has never been a citizen of the United Kingdom. Umaru Dikko stole billions of dollars, naira, and all of them from Nigeria and ran down to Britain, where Britain secured him. When the then military head of state, Buhari, tried to kidnap him from Britain, they were caught. The agents sent to do the job, they were caught by the same Britain. And people went to jail. Some 8 years, 3 years, some people were deported. And Britain had a heavy diplomatic role for over a criminal, Umaru Dikko, who was not even a British national. He never held the British passport. But Britain had to, in order to protect a criminal, because he brought money stole money from Nigeria to Britain. Britain has to jail people involved, both Nigeria agents and the Mossad agents that were hired, and other collaborators, and deported some people, and also made sure that they had diplomatic rules with Nigeria for many years. But here, Britain hypocritically is a hypocritical country. See, they planned and renditioned a British citizen named Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. The reason why, because he was logically, legally, legitimately advocating for self-determination of Biafran people through a referendum. But because it was not for the interest of Britain. You know, Britain is the number one, thief in the whole world. Britain is number one. They steal from very impoverished countries. And they will come around and tell you that, oh, they are fantastically corrupt. Oh, they are this and that. They are not. They renditioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria and kept him there. It is a direct command of Britain. This is how they show people their true color. Every day they stand without being ashamed. They stand and start telling people about the rule of law. You have to maintain the rule of law. You have to, maintain democracy. Their own democracy, maintenance of democracy is complete. For their interest, complete. It doesn't matter who died or who was slaughtered, who gets slaughtered. That is not their problem. This is the world we are in. But we have discovered their system. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even upon being renditioned, he was sent to the court, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defeated the Nigeria government in their own court. And the Nigeria Appeal Court gave a verdict on the 13th day of October 2022 that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be discharged and acquitted. And not only that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should never stand trial in any Nigerian court any longer. But since 13th of October 2022 till today, the Nigerian government refused to obey their own court. They refused to obey the rule of law, the court order, their own court order, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime known to Nigerian law. You understand? That is the world we are sitting. That is the evil world we are in. When Britain tells you about democracy, they are telling you about installing a puppet, their own puppet that will be helping them to steal gas and oil and all the minerals in Nigeria and in other African countries. That is what they mean by their democracy. Very shameless. That is who they are. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say we are going to defeat Britain with superior arguments. That is what we are doing. Because what is good for the geese is good for the gander also. Remember that Britain, Margaret Thatcher called Nelson Mandela when he was, I think when she was MP, member of parliament, during the ANC struggle. British government called ANC a terrorist organization. They labeled Mandela a terrorist, an international terrorist. If you understand me. But they didn't stop apartheid to be kicked out of South Africa. Do you see it? I could remember when Theresa May came, when she was the prime minister, he came to visit South Africa and on the way to Robben Island. A British journalist. That's why I love them anyway. When they are talking about their politics, internal politics, these Western journalists, you see them bring their, their profession, exhibit their profession without fear of favor. Once they are dealing with their internal affairs, they don't miss words. But once, if they are dealing on international politics, like African politics and, news about Africa, it is there they try to deceive, polish news in order to deceive. The man was asking Theresa May. He said, now, you are going to visit a person that you labeled a terrorist during your time. I think as a member of parliament in the UK government. What are you going to say about it? I watched it. Even the woman, the British Prime Minister as of then, Theresa May, some years back, was not comfortable. She was a kind of stuttering. The man was asking if he want to get out from the question. The man will bring him back. He said, "Now you label this man a terrorist, but now you are going to visit his solitary confinement in Robben Island." He brought him back. He brought her back, and the woman was stuttering, talking gibberish. That is the way they are going to talk. Because the restoration of Biafra will even herald a new beginning. So that we will treat with each other, with Britain, with America, with all countries, with mutual respect, mutual benefit. Not what they are doing in Africa today. Not the exploitation that they are holding in Africa, they continue doing in Africa, exhibiting in African countries today. In the name of using democracy. Because this democracy is just a term coined by the Europeans in order to continue their neo-colonialist agenda in Africa. What I'm telling you is reality. How many democratic countries in Africa are progressing? Is Cameroon not a democracy? We are their president, that one, I don't know, the great-grandfather. Since 50-something years, he's in power. Is it not democracy installed by the Europeans that made the Bongo family to continue ruling? What of Togo? Yatema. Oh, a family. Remember that the father of this present president, the former president Yatema, he was paid to kill the first president of Togo. That said no to France's neo-colonialist agenda. He refused to sign the pact, the secret pact for continuation of colonization, signed by every francophone president that enters power. That man refused, and they paid Yatema, whether $600 or $800 as of that time, in order to kill the man, direct. And they killed them. Fine president was killed. Olympio, if I'm not mistaken. He was killed by Yadema. And after dying, his son took over till today. And today, we are hearing that the European Union force, they are mobilizing in Togo. You know that is the continuation of the scramble for Africa. But this time around, it is no more business. It's not going to be business as usual. Remember, America tried all their best in order to subjugate Afghanistan, but they got resistance from the people. The people, it doesn't matter with your military power. Once the population is against you, there is nothing you can do. I am telling you, it's a matter of time. Who is in power today? Who runs the government of Afghanistan today? It is the Taliban. The people that we are called names, killed by Americans, done everything. But it doesn't matter the number of years. They resisted because it is their land. A foreigner will come and go, but the owner of the land will remain. So they are in power now. And the world is dealing with them. You have to deal, you have no choice. Because you have to respect international laws. The sovereignty laws, Westphalian sovereignty laws. That is the reality. So it doesn't matter what the Europeans or the West, they have the weapons, they have everything. But we, the indigenous people in Africa, we are in our continent. We are patient. The Europeans, they are because for them, ECOWAS is wasting time in order to go to war against Niger. Now they come direct, stationing in Togo, their military forces. But you can win the war, but you can, to win the peace will be the problem. America won the war in Afghanistan. I could remember when George W. Bush was black, happy on television that they bombed the Tora Bora with the Tomahawk missile. After all those things, the end justifies the means. Who is there today? America tried everything in order to find a saving face to run away from Afghanistan. Because you can bomb, you can occupy people with military force, but you come and rule now. That is the problem. One day you will run away. Once the people are against you, there is nothing you can do. It doesn't matter, it takes 1 year, it can take 10 years, it can take 20, 50 years, you must surely run away. That is the reality. Because the population, African populace, is now opening eyes on our suffering in that continent. That, they smartly installed people, that are representing only their benefit in the name of democracy. Today, Africans are waking up. You understand? That is why today I'm going to talk on a topic that says genuine Pan-Africanism. That is the topic of our discussion today. Therefore, I want each and every one of you listening to me to invite your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is where we preach the gospel of liberation. The gospel of genuine Pan-Africanism is not making mouth service. No. We say it the way it should be, so that we shall progress, so that Africa will restore its space in this beautiful earth we are in. Because we have been a people cajoled, subjugated, enslaved, in any way, continuous exploitation till today. But it is time to say no. And we are doing it systematically. That is why we are agitating for the restoration of Biafra. IPOB is championing it. And our supreme leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. Albeit being released, ordered to be released, discharged and acquitted by the Nigerian court. But the Nigerian government, they don't obey their own law, their own court order. And it's a democracy, isn't it? Very ironic. But they are the people that are trying to go to restore democracy in Niger. Britain is using them. France is using them. The West is using them just for their interests. Do you see? I continue saying this. History is repeating itself. Africans were used to conquer Africans during the transatlantic slavery. What started this transatlantic slavery? When the Portuguese merchants, they were coming to West Africa, buying and selling, bringing their goods and taking African goods also in exchange. Buying and selling, normal. Until they came one time, I think in 16th century, 15 something. Now the 15th century is 14 something, 1400s. The seller of that ship say, no, let us try to enter inwards in order to look for other type of merchandise. And he ventured inside in the in the interior of present-day Mauritania. And they captured some people there. Some people, Africans, about whether 10 or 100 of them. They captured them and secretly took them to their ship and off they went. What happened when they arrived in Portugal with these people? These people started pleading. Look, spare us. Do not take us. Do not enslave us. We will rather help you become your agents in Africa, so that we will capture our brothers. We have people that we have been waging wars. They now remember their enemies, other African, tribes that are their enemies. We will help you conquer them. Now we become your enemy, your agents. You empower us. And that talk, they found the favor in the king of Portugal that time. And after signing some treaty with those people, either 10 or 100 of them, I couldn't remember, but it is either 10 or 100. Either 10 of them. Now, do you know what happened? The European, the Portuguese, they brought back these slaves. Instead of arriving in the shores of Africa and turning against them, these people fulfilled their promise and carried them to other tribes with their arms. Their then guns as of that time. And used them, guided them, used the Portuguese now, guided them and went at either clan or other tribe and captured a whole people. Now the Portuguese were happy. But inside them, they were surprised. What type of people are these? People that can sell their brothers. And they remarked that thing, that mentality. And that is what they have been dealing with. When you talk about black race, African, they label them in the black book, the Europeans, the West. People that can sell their own for their own private interest. It never changed it today. And they empower these people. And they become their agents. And all other things were history. That was the start of transatlantic slavery. They are still doing the same thing today. And let me tell you also, do you know why? When they established the first church, the Roman Catholic Church arrived first in Onitsha in 19th century, 1857 to be precise, if I'm not mistaken. Why they accepted them? It is not because of any other thing to worship or no. Onitsha accepted them because in order for them to use them as foreigners with a power, to be dealing with the Obosi people, Obosi. All this I'm telling you is, they are historical facts. Because they have been having skirmishes with their neighbors, their own brothers. Obosi, these clannish problems, that is common, which is normal. But the mistake Africans are making, or made and are still making, is collaboration with the white people, with the strangers, in order to deal against their own. This thing made the European other races to label Africa as traitors till today. It is in all their books, all their secret books, that Africans are traitors, self-traitors. You understand? Something that other races don't do. When the Chinese were in their civil war, they were fighting each other. Normal, because every race in this world, there are problems everywhere. In Europe fought tribal wars more than in Africa. I used to say this. I want you to research whatever we say here on Radio Biafra. It's not we don't say things because we just say it. No, these are historical facts. The Visigoths, the Gothics, they wanted to kill themselves into extinction. You understand? How do you call these pirates? Today you are using it as a secret society mantra. The pirates, they are these Scandinavians. They go for them. The Western Europeans fear them like anything because they say they go like lightning. They don't know how they come. They don't know how they go. The pirates. They kill themselves until they want to, kill themselves into extinction. In Europe, Europeans, they were cannibals. But after they started thinking, they said, no, let us stop these wars. As I was saying, when Chinese were having wars between themselves, Japan tried to benefit from brothers fighting in order to invade them, to colonize them. And when these warring factions, Chinese warring factions, saw that another stranger, foreigner is coming to invade them, one didn't make an agreement with Japan to side in order to kill the other. No. The two of them, they quickly, as wise people, two of them quickly made peace with themselves and said, look, if we are fighting, we are brothers, so no, we have internal issues. We are killing ourselves, no problem. It's better we kill ourselves than foreigners come to kill us. You understand? So they quickly made peace and started resisting Japan as a common people. So that after everything, if they finish fighting, wedding off strangers, now if they want, let them continue their own war. It's their own thing, brotherly fight. It doesn't matter. That is how wise people reason. But Africans don't reason like that. That is why I say Africans, they have not reached a mental, that advanced mental state of enlightenment. I used to say it here, and think about what I'm saying. How can you, two brothers, for example, in a family, if two brothers, they can be fighting. But if a foreigner come, if they are wise, they will make peace, even temporary truce, and now face the foreigner. That is how wise people do. That is how wise people behave. Because they are wise. It is wisdom. But if a foreigner came now and meet them fighting and join one, now one will say, yes, I have a partner now. Help me kill my brother. After killing your brother, the foreigner will turn against you and will enslave you. You understand? That is the mistake of Africans. They allow the West in order to continue using them. So that impoverishing Africans, they don't care.